We're on.
Cool, 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 cool. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Um, Last week, um, we had what is last week we had a bit of a week. We started off with setting up some doing some bookkeeping, with setting up extracurriculars. Kai joined the um, Dead Language Society. Bernard joined Silk Ball. Alexi joined, or Alexi got a job at Beau's End as a chef. And then we all rolled for how you guys were doing that semester, and well, Kay and Bucky were doing really great. Bernard and Alexi were struggling. Um, Everyone met up at the cafe to kind of talk to each other, and Bernard like did not hide the fact that he was exhausted. Um, he Kai then helped Bernard with his celestial, and then afterwards they were all approached by Andraste, who invited everyone to the back of the cafe to do frog racing. After she introduced her party real quick, Bucky was the one who raced a frog. Kai cheering him on, and Bernard and Alexi both heckling. Bucky then won the race, winning himself 30 gold. After that, the frogs began to swell up, get bigger, and became giant for frogs. The party decided to fight the frogs. Kay went and got some help. Bernard was almost swallowed.
Mind me.
Andraste took Kay's place while she went and looked for help, and yanked Bernard out of the frog's mouth.
Thank you.
Alexi put some hexes on the frogs and put the frogs to sleep. Bucky and Bernard then comboed to finish the last frog. And then, after cleaning up the back of the cafe, they went and bathed in a public fountain, and they couldn't be stopped due to religious reasons.
Damn straight.
Man, we rocked that. We rocked that pond. That was definitely a pond and not a bath.
Yeah. Afterwards, we jumped ahead another 2 weeks, where we had your exams. Kai, Bernard, and Alexi all aced their exams and got 2D for their student die for a Arcana and a Insight check.
So Bernard, after rolling the lowest of the party in succeeding through school, rolled a nat 20 on his exams.
Yes, we cannot skip over that. Bucky, though, Bucky, you failed your exams, so we will deal with that a little while. Okay, so for now, though, we are going to kind of do a flashback. We're going to go back to the beginning of the semester. In fact, all the way to the beginning, to right after everyone met. Everyone, let's see. After the conversation with Win and everyone getting their extracurriculars finally set up, kind of had the evening to yourselves. This is still your first day of school, and if there are some meetings or some things you want to establish for roleplay right now, I will kind of open the floor. Is there anyone who wanted to have first day conversations with any of their characters?
Did we want to roll initiative? That way we can keep track of who has done what?
Fair enough.
Or are we just going to kind of wing it?
Um,
I'd like to roll initiative, honestly.
Cool.
That's not just a game. What do you think?
go ahead and roll and put the results in the chat.
Cool. Which dice is feeling froggy?
Answer: none.
Whoa. No, legit. It's gonna be a rough night, I think.
This should be a light rolling night. This is just
Thank God, because I think maybe two of my millions of dice rolled above a 15.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a good time for my dice to feel sleepy.
Yeah. Okay. So we got. Do we got everyone?
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna roll you. Hiya. Nat 20.
Well, there you go.
Javen's going first.
He says after complaining that his dice suck.
You know, there's a select few of my dice that roll just to spite me. So, you know.
And that's
Okay.
why we have dice jail.
And that's why I have gay baby dice jail.
Wait,
Um,
what?
Don't question it, just accept it.
No,
Moving on.
bullshit!
Hey, moving on. Okay. So, there's a couple of things that I would like to do, but we can
Okay,
kind of just breeze past it.
Let me lay the scene for you, and you can do as Bernard would do. You essentially have just gotten done being told what Alexi and Win are, and
Yes.
you got signed up for Silk Ball. If you want to do that real quick.
And that was one of the things on the list I wanted to do, because so far I know nothing about Silk Ball, other than the fact that it sounds fun.
Cool. Well, we're gonna have to make this up the official rules up as we go along, but I have the general gist.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So we're gonna create a sport together, Javen. You ready?
Oh god.
Oh, the two least sport-friendly people of the group, probably.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. So you go.
I played so many sports in high school. Okay.
You go up to the table. You see a table that is. It's got a nice, decent-looking banner, and it's got a couple clipboards on the top, and on the front it just says intramural silk ball. And behind it is a very rugged, kind of rough-looking Towlin male that is. He doesn't look like he's having not emotionally a great time, but like physically, he just looks like he's been through some shit. But then it's like you see it, his facial expression couldn't be happier. He's just having a great time. But the rest of them is just broadcasting, "We are in trouble."
It's just a weathered guy. Can I make like an insight check to see what this dude's deal is before I approach him?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh my god, this dice is rolling hot. Insight check, that's gonna be a soft 20.
This dude's just desperate for friendship.
Well, I know who can fix that. At this point, I assume the group is kind of scattered to do their own thing for the rest of the day. So
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
gonna say everyone has gone there. Well, for now, what we're saying is everyone who hadn't signed up earlier is currently doing their sign up right now. Bucky is off doing whatever he wants to do for the moment. So
So holding what I assume to be kind of like an orientation like folder, kind of just walking around looking at the stalls. I see this and I go, oh, fold up my folder and I walk towards this man and I go, hello.
hi there.
What's this stand for?
Well, this is the Silk Ball Club, where we. I mean, are you interested? Have you heard of Silk Ball?
Gonna roll a dice. What would a 17 mean that I have heard of it before?
Oh, how common? And because again, this is stuff. It's like I don't know how common Silk Ball could be.
Make it up.
We established that Bernard is very well knowledged in the goings on of Strixhaven before he came to the school, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what my back. That's what my back.
You would
What it
have
is.
heard of Silk Ball team.
To which I would answer. I'd be like, yes, I played it a lot when I was smaller, well, younger.
Great, that's awesome. I mean, do you want to play some more? I guess.
In full plate mail, it's a shield.
You look very physically capable. Especially if you're carrying all that. You got to be strong, right?
That's what Norm tells me.
No idea who that is, but I'm sure I'll like him. So what's
yes.
So yeah, just sign up right here. We meet on these days. Just fair warning, the coach is a bit rough around the edges, but you know what? It's all right. She means well.
What's the coach's name? I lean my shield up against the stall. I crane up a little bit and start signing the papers.
Well, let me ask you this: do you have any combat classes?
Yes, basic combat.
Cool. Well, she teaches that.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And I finished signing my forms.
All right. Well, here, let me get you your welcome kit. And he kind of takes out like a little baggie that's got like, it's got like what size would you say you are? I probably a child's medium.
Well, that would depend on what sizing is being used.
Humanoid. I know it's kind of a bit of a tough thing going on with especially with us Owlin. It's kind of a standard size. I mean, here, just try this one out.
Put me down for an XS, and then I take the shirt and I take it, realize I'm in full plate mail, and I go, I'll bring it back if it doesn't fit.
Oh yeah, no, just bring it to the first practice. I'll change it out for you. But just so you're aware, you can't bring your own armor. This is all the equipment. All your equipment for playing will be provided for us.
No problem.
Good. All right. Well, glad to have you on the team. Can't wait to see you out there.
Likewise, but Bernard's the name, and I hold out I do a light bow.
Javenish. Or no, yeah, we're pronouncing it Yavenish. Yavenish Stoutclaw.
Cool. And I go, it's pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. All right. Well, see you out there, and good luck in classes, I guess.
I smile, do a nod, and leave.
Oh, And if you're ever interested in talking, I'm usually at the Bow's End. If you want, I'm always available.
I can I roll another insight check?
Sure.
What does a 17 get me?
This man is so desperate for friends.
I I walk back to the stall. I look at him. I look up at him and I go, Where's that at?"
I actually have to look up where it is because it is a specific location here on. Oh, it's you head out the hall here and you make a right and it'll be if you head down the main walkway there, it'll be on your right hand side. It's a really stout, long building. You can't miss it.
I check the time. What time would it be around now? Do you think?
We established that you guys had the conversation about evening time, so I'd say about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay. Then in that case, I would. I'd look up at the time. I'd look at him and I go, when do you get to leave the stall?"
Oh, I'm off today. I took the day off to run this stand to get some first years for the softball club. It's all right. Bulk understands.
Okay. How about tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the tavern? First round's on me.
You see some his eyes kind of well up. Just really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll,
Us Owlins have to stick together.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll see you then.
I nod, take my uniform, and I go and find my dorm.
Now, when I say uniform, you really don't get like a number or anything. It's just like you get a T-shirt that literally is like those college shirts. That's like it says intramural silk ball in and like a Strixhaven logo.
Legit, just a training tee.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's basically for tryouts. Is that kind of what I'm understanding? Gotcha. Gio, I need you to know I've had this GIF on the entire time while I've been talking, and I can't stop watching it.
What is this?
Look at the games and such.
Why? Oh my gosh, you guys are so crazy.
I love it. I love it so much.
I am now looking up owls drinking. I will find something.
And if possible, Ed, I do want to go through tryout.
All right. Well, that is definitely not for today.
Yeah. Move on to someone else.
Cool. Next in the order, I had Kay. Is there anything you would like to, any first day conversations you would like to have? Would you like to do the dead language sign up? Would you like to go back to your room? Okay. You are on mute. Yeah, you're on mute.
Yeah, I said, oh shit, because I realized I said about 3 words and went, shit, I'm on mute.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Chimera, you're up.
Please feel the look. Please feel the look. So I will go ahead and I will sign up for my Dead Language Society.
Cool. So yeah, same kind of situation. You're in like the room, the student activity center, and you find a table that has a rather large figure at it. It's kind of hunched over and just kind of looking at something that looks very small in his hands, but it's a book that is normal size, but this person is just quite large and is just kind of hunched over and looking at it, not really paying attention to the crowd, but just like they're alert enough if someone approaches. that's about it.
Okay. So me skipping up to them, being like, "So what you reading?"
No. Oh, well. What am I reading? A history. What is this? A history of what? What is Gloomhaven? Oh, some history book. I probably have read it several times before. Can I help you?
I'm just kind of walking around and looking for some extracurriculars to sign up on, and
Oh yes,
you
that's
seem
why
so
I'm here.
studious.
Would you like to join the Dead Language Society? It's great fun. We get to figure out how people communicated in days of old.
That sounds quite interesting. Um, uh,
Where are my manners? Drasimir Yarnisk. Pleasure to meet you.
Dresmere, I'm Chimeras. You can call me Kai.
Ah, excellent. And, well, if you would like to join, the sign up is right here. He kind of reaches over with a big, which you do see that this person is a Minotaur and is about, even sitting down, is still 6 feet tall. Like, very, very large person. And so it just kind of reaches over with a very big hand and taps on the desk. Just used to being so big in a very small world. It's just, yeah, if you just want to sign right here. What?
My eyes have not left. I'm just kind of like in awe of like how just massive he is. And then I kind of like shake my head. I'm like, oh, so do we just like look and compare like different books and old text, or
Well, part of it is, yes, a lot of reading, just working backwards from modern languages, um, trying to, well, discern to our best abilities what the languages would sound like. But the other part of it is actually diving into ruins and caves and old libraries, such actually looking for these languages out in the real world. It's actually quite fun.
that sounds wonderful. I can't wait.
Well, wonderful. If you would like to, and again, reaches across, just kind of taps the clipboard. If you would like to sign up, I can get you started.
Chimeras has already like flipped the quill and put it back, and yeah, I already signed. I'm interested.
Oh, good. Here, here you go. Here's the schedule of when we're meeting, and this is he kind of hands you a small, small again, small to him. It's kind of a fancier black quill with kind of gray silver lining. I guess I don't know what but it's a feather quill that but it's in the coloring of what at Strixhaven is silver quill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and here you go. Like that's for you. Literally just handing you a pen.
Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And just kind of like she doesn't want anything to damage, so she's like, it's a feather, it will work, and just puts it behind the ear, but make sure that it's kind of like going with the hair, so it looks like it's just a hairpiece.
Literally sticking the pen in your ear.
Not in my ear, behind, like, you know how people hold.
Behind, yes, yeah, like,
yes.
Yes. on your ear. Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that. Yes, wonderful. Well, it was very good to meet you. I will see you on a first day.
I just kind of scamper off.
He pays you no mind and goes back to his book.
Interesting fellow.
Okay. Next is Alexi. Alexi, is there anything you would like to do? You can, again, do your role play for signing up for Bow's End, or you can, well, technically, your signing up for Bow's End would literally just going to the job board that says jobs around campus, and you just kind of pluck the job, now hiring kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about role playing that one. So if we just want to go to Bucky, that's not a big deal.
Well, all right, sounds good.
If you want me to have an interaction with Javanesh, I absolutely can, because I figure like my first day of work is going to be interesting. But
let's do first day stuff first, and that way we can get the good role play out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal
okay.
someone else's right now.
Yeah. All right. So Bucky, is there any first day stuff that you would like to do? Your newfound friends have just gone off to do their extracurricular and job searching, and you are at the Biblioplex at the moment. If you want to head anywhere else, though.
Well, since I don't really have any work or anything along that line, and I'm still on talking terms with my sister at this point, I don't really have anything that I absolutely need to do, so I will pass as well.
Okay. All right. Then I will go back to Javen or Kate. Is there any other first day stuff you would like to do?
First day, no.
Yeah, first day stuff. I think it's more just getting settled in, signing up for my extracurricular, yada yada yada, which I've already done.
Okay. Kate, would you be interested in meeting your roommates at least?
Oh.
Or do you want to do that some other time?
Because I wanted to. I don't necessarily need to do.
Tell you what. When you get back that night, you find out that Stacy O'Donnell is your roommate. But she's not exactly in a great mood for talking. She's not really. She just kind of gets set up on her end of the room, and because you had gotten there well before her, and so the available space has been set up by her, and she doesn't really talk to you, mostly because she knows that you're associated with her brother, and she's not on great talking terms with him now. But you do go into your room. As you enter your suite, you see on the other side, on the other door, is a sign that says L. O'Brien and S. O'Finchdelagian.
Oh, that's a name.
What in God?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is Dragonborn.
Yeah, would you mind putting that in the chat?
Sure. I will type out this person's name. Actually, what you guys would know at this point. And that is it. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
I can hear Charlie through your microphone.
Loud ass dog.
He is a loud dog.
Oh,
As a name.
That is
Yeah,
Finch
that doesn't help me.
Oh, Finch to the.
yeah. Ofa. He will be Ofa.
How? Let me ask you this, Kate. How long does Chimera stand there attempting to pronounce this person's name?
Well, I think she's like going through and like first just trying to like recognize it and going, well, that's not celestial, and it's not common, and it's not like
Make an intelligence check for me.
Banner. You're not gonna go out there with the noisy butts. That's a 6.
Yeah. This is a really weird name, and you have no idea what kind of person would have this name.
Is the door closed to their half of the suite?
It is.
I knock on the door.
Let's see answers. Okay. You wait a couple seconds, and you hear a bit of a loud thump. And you the door opens, and standing there is a dragonborn female. Let me get the thing. She is a blue dragonborn, and she is kind of decked out. She's a blue dragonborn, but she's got like, oh sorry, hold on. Okay, thank you. Where are you? There you are. She's got a row of horns going down the middle of her head that are all yellow. And she's got 2 sets of horns on either side of that going back around her head that are also yellow. And her eyes are also glowing yellow. I did not write anything down for that. So, yeah, she answers, "Can I help you?"
Hey, I'm one of your suite mates. My name's Chimeras. Ophandrus. I'm over there with. I am just very curious. One, I also want to say hi and just kind of meet everybody. And I kind of like, can you come over here? That last is that your last name?
Oh yeah, I'm. Most people have just called me Sephora. I don't. What? If you want to if you want to know how to pronounce it, it's
Oh.
Is that Draconic? Alexi's
Yeah.
not too.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'll ever be able to get that right. I'll try. I will make my.
It's all right. You know what? Most people just call me Sephora.
Sephora?
Sephora O. You just call me
Sephora O.
Sappy.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm trying to, get used to the friendly faces and meet people and see like who my classmates are gonna be.
Oh well, you know what? If you're meeting people, you should meet your other sweet mate here, Leslie. Leslie, get out here.
Oh man, her southern's coming out.
And for a moment, you kind of see a peek out of Sephora had the first room in the suite, like the first area of the suite. Leslie seems to have the back area, which is obviously kind of visually blocked off from the main door. But you see a head poke out, and it's like, what is going on? Oh, this girl's what? I'm sorry. What was your name again? I remember they were Fandris. What was your first name?
Chimeras, or you can just call me Kai.
This girl's Kai. She's one of the girls across the hall. Oh, well, hello?
Hi, and it's Leslie.
Yes, Leslie O'Brien.
It's nice to meet you.
Yes, very nice to meet you as well. Safara, if you don't mind, I would actually prefer not to be disturbed, and kind of just goes back to her room. Oh, she's just like that. I mean, honestly, I just met her today, but that's the only mood that she's had. So don't take it personally. It's not like anyone else is making progress with her. So, well, it's very nice to meet you, and I will. I guess we're gonna get to know each other quite well.
Yeah.
Nah.
If you need anything, I'm just right over there.
Well, that's nice. I'll be sure to take you up on that.
Okay. I just kind of skip back to my side and sit on my bed and pull out a book.
All right. Cedric, if you must know, that is just a double-ended bladed staff with lightning effects coming out of it. She's kind of channeling the silver quill that she will be going into later on.
Oh, I thought that was part of the metal.
No, that is something that I was trying to see if it would work out, and it obviously did not.
No, it looked like it was part of the blades, which I was like, what in the ass fuck is that?
Nope, that's just black lightning. Or at least my attempt at black lightning. So that's Safara.
That was Captain
Leslie.
Orville's name back in high school.
Wait. Are you talking about the Star Wars thing, David?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, Kai, that is your sweet mate or sweet mates. One of them is a little bit pricklier than the other.
She's prickly. I think she's studious.
Fair enough.
No.
If you want to do a fun
What?
interaction, since Cedric hasn't gone yet, and I still have stuff that I want to do, you can have us meet our dorm mates, even though we've already met half of them.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Your sweet mate you already know. But if you go over next door, Norm would answer the door, and only Norm, and would explain that, Scott did come over, and he took one look at me, thought that I would be a roommate with him, and just left. I'm assuming that he is asking for a room reassignment.
That sounds like Scott.
Yes, and to be honest, I'm glad. I'm glad that he's actually the one that took the opportunity to say I don't want to be roommates, because between you and me, he's don't get me wrong, he's got his good qualities, but living with him, let's just say I was looking forward to not having him in the immediate vicinity. And this is kind of how Norm is just around you, Bernard. Like, if there's other people, he's more of an upbeat, joyful. He tends to be more positive. But if there are times where it's like even the most polite, nicest person needs to have some sort of release, and you are kind of his, at least one of his the people he can talk to honestly.
We are very real with each other often.
Yes. So Yeah, he is quite the asshole.
I do not understand family. I will be quite honest.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I envy that. Don't
But
don't think
without family, I would never have known Norm.
that's true. This is very true. And Bernard's parents were very generous and took in the rest of us. And even though they had their own egg about to hatch.
They
I
do
nod.
sound like a good trait. However, I admit that I am still confused on the concept. My knowledge of this is minimal.
Well, we come from the place where family and community is very, very important.
It's everything really.
Yes, Farah teaches that the family comes first.
I like this belief. I wish I knew more about family, but let us focus a little more on this asshole you call him.
Oh
He is
yeah,
requesting a room
Uh,
reassignment.
where do we start? And then
yeah.
Bernard trails off for 2 hours
You know,
bitching
he
about
decided to
Scott.
pluck every single feather on my tail and it wouldn't grow back for a couple of years.
He's responsible for my stutter.
Yeah.
Alex solemnly vows in his heart of hearts to start a prank war with this fucking idiot.
Please don't try and do anything on our part. We've already done everything we could in retaliation. He's just like I said, an
You haven't.
asshole.
He just is. He's going to dedicate part of his life to making this asshole's life hell.
I will help you every step of the way.
Oh, again, he says this to himself.
Well,
Quietly involve Bernard when he is alone. Just
all right. Well, I won't say that what you're doing is nice, but between you and me, I'm not going to stop you.
yeah. As soon as Norm is gone, Alexei just looks at Bernard and is like, "We are going to make that man's life a living hell."
I nod. I nod furiously.
So
We are
yes,
going a jar of pickled ghoul's tongues, and we are going to leave them in his bed and short shit it.
That'll work.
Here we will escalate.
Pulls out a battle plan to fuck with my brother.
all right. So yeah, currently your suite mate is just Norm at the moment until
Okay.
someone gets reassigned.
Gotcha.
I'm glad we're not dealing with Scott on the reg.
Yeah,
Scott sucks.
g-
Scott
like
is the
it
fucking
is.
worst.
It is absolutely in character for him to be like, I am not doing this, not going to be around you people for as much longer as I can.
Oh,
Investigation checks to find out where this asshole has ended up being re-roomed.
Go ahead.
also, while he's rolling, I want it canon. No, Scott is not the problem for Bernard's stutter. He's just a nervous little boy. He just hates Scott so much that all of his problems are his fault.
Yep. I got you. Got you. Oh God, it's raining today. God damn it, Scott.
Yeah. Of all the things a nat 20 on, the investigation check to find Scott.
Wait, you rolled a nat 20.
I really did.
I rolled a nat 20 to see how hard the investigation, like how well he was like, I need to be able to not be found by my siblings.
Well,
So you
guess
know
what,
what?
fucker? You weren't found by the siblings.
You weren't found by that's what happens is he wasn't found by the siblings. He was found by his siblings' roommate. So yeah, you get his room number. I will give that to you later, but as soon as I come up with it. But yeah, you have Scott's room number.
Fucking Scott.
Bernard is studying. He just wakes up and in Alexi's perfect handwriting just gets a door number slid under his door.
I love it. This is a good relationship.
This is, oh boy. All right. Anyway.
You are rat.
All right. So that was technically Kai's entire round, and we had another meeting for Bernard and Lexi. So for the rest of it, though, it seems like we are done with first day stuff. So is there anyone who would like to do first day of class stuff?
I
Or
mean,
first day of clubs?
I
will try and keep it brief. So I will say if you want to pick like one class, we'll do your, if you want to do your extracurricular or job as well, we'll do that. But like, do one class and don't make it a shared class, obviously. So we will start at the top with Bernard.
I would right now. I would either like to do my my silk ball tryouts, or let me look at my report card here. And then if I can choose one class to have my first day with, I would want it to be either planar relations or poetry in physical form. One of those two would be ideal.
Planar relations is with Dean Augusta Tullis, who you've met. Poetry in physical form is with Professor Brina. So that is whichever one. But if you want to do, one of those classes plus your silk ball, first day of silk ball, we can do that.
That's a-okay. Let's do poetry in motion. I'm now deeming it.
All right, poetry in motion.
Yeah.
Poetry, aka poetry in physical form.
That's exactly what I said.
So, sorry, give me a second while I look up this teacher's profile. Oh, you picked this one. Oh, great. So, all right. So you get to poetry in motion. Poetry in physical form. God damn it! You get me calling it poetry in motion. Poetry in physical form is a class taught by Professor Brianna, aka the Demagogue. It is held on Silver Quill campus in the main large hall, which most first year classes will be held in a big main lecture hall for whatever campus you're on. So the main large hall is very, very like it's very open, and then it opens up into several hallways to the side that run. They all run parallel to each other, but you get there and you're directed by, again, one of the clockwork mechanisms that kind of escort first years to the other campuses. And once you're there, there's the Professor Brina is already there. She's an owlin, but she is also she is a barn owl, but she's not your typical barn owl. For some reason, she is honestly the complete contrasted color of a barn owl. Her feathers are almost completely black, and her eyes are kind of a solid light bluish color.
Hmm.
And she just kind of waits for everyone to enter the hall, and at the time of the start of the class, she goes to the back, closes the door, and walks back up. And as she's kind of walking down the center aisle of the students, the back of the room just kind of like seems to come down. If you want to, you know what? Why don't you make a perception check for me?
Ooh. An 8.
An 8. You are actually a little bit more transfixed on the fact that this is a very strange owlin woman. But eventually,
Can I tell how old? Can I tell how old she is?
I mean, honestly, I think it doesn't say. So I would say she's kind of on the younger side.
Okay.
It's year, but this is definitely she hasn't been teaching for a while.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's all I needed.
So she kind of is walking down the middle between the students, and as she kind of passes by, you kind of see these. As soon as she like gets ahead of you, you finally see these little like black trails following her that are just kind of like flowing behind her. That just they seem to float along and just flow and bob and kind of go in and out, very very snake like, and like a floating flying snake, and just kind of weaving through the air. And there are several of them that just kind of like vying for position behind her, and kind of fills up the center of the aisle. And she gets to the front of the class and she introduces herself. Good afternoon. My name is Professor Brina. Welcome to Poetry in Physical Form. This semester I will be teaching you, or rather you will be teaching yourselves, how to harness the power of word. Create form of the formless. To create life out of the lifeless. To be mystery. And she kind of has this very like, you want to hear what she's about to say next because she has everyone's attention, but
she's so breathy when she talks.
And it is this breathiness that is able to control, like as she speaks, the tendrils just kind of like react to every word, and kind of like in a jerky, like every time she speaks they kind of swirl or jerk around her. And it's like you kind of see some faces, like weird, like oily black faces, kind of like the blackness itself kind of parts, and it shows like in a void a very crude looking face. And they kind of like go in and out. Sometimes a strand will have a face. Sometimes it'll just be this black snake-like ooze. And the entire class goes on like this, where she is just keeping you on the edge of your seat, teaching you things that the power of word will be able to creating form from the power of word, to create, to use magic to be able to conjure other, like, physical beings from your, not just by speaking magical word, but by reciting actual verse. So yeah, that's poetry.
Fully enamored with this.
Cool. Good. All right, so that's poetry in physical form. That's at least what you're going to get for the first part of the semester. And we also established that's one of the classes that you are struggling in, and so
it's just so hard. It's just so hard to make the words rhyme and have meaning behind it. I can't even talk my damn self.
Because the professor is very much about, like, all right, you go up to her question and you ask her, all right, well, what do you think would happen? How would you do this? No, I'm not the one doing
guidance.
this. How do you think it should be done? How would you put this?
Oh man, that's the
that is very much her teaching style.
Boy.
She very much thinks that she is getting you to do the thing, but by doing so, she's making it even more frustrating, because she's technically supposed to be an instructor.
Yeah, she's supposed to kind of, instruct.
So, all right.
God, it's exactly what my old lit teacher used to do. Anyway.
Anyway, all right. So we will come back to your silk ball right now.
For sure.
We are going to move on to the next, which is K. K, what is there a class that you would like to do?
K is on mute.
K is on mute. Is she in the room? Sounds like no. Okay.
Sorry. That was, I had to get up and get water. And I figured that you heard me whistling and yelling at the dog to not eat the boys' food.
Oh, no, sorry. I think I was talking over it. I was also kind of focused on making sure I created the class very well. All right. So yes, Kate, which one of your other 4 classes would you be wanting to explore at this moment? You have calligraphy and penmanship, basic research methodology, basic botany, or care for magical creatures.
Let's do botany.
Botany? All right. All right, so botany is in Witherbloom with Dean Lissette. Let me look up her profile here. Oh, wait. Dean Lissette is the Dean of Root.
Dean of Root.
There are 2 factions to every college, and Witherbloom's 2 factions are Growth and Decay, or Root and Vein. They have a very weird way of putting it, but Root kind of focuses on life and the drive to thrive, to create, to adapt to new forms, to new environments, to basically to reproduce. Whereas the philosophy of Vein or Decay is the inevitability of death, the cycle into the continuous cycle rotation of life, death, life again, and being able to kind of harness the need to no role playing in chat, please.
I focus on you. I'm not gonna roleplay. Focus on you.
Okay. Anyway, so Dean Lisette is the Dean of Root, or AKA the Dean of Growth. And she would again hold the class in the main hall, the Wiedershins Hall, and it's kind of a very large. It's a very large tree that has these bubble-like windows kind of protruding from it, and the bottom of the tree is very much like a swamp-like, where it's kind of got the roots that actually, like, you can see these large trunks as roots that kind of go down into the ground. And so the Witherbloom campus is pretty much just all a series of bridges and large trees that have been turned into buildings. And below that is a very, I'm not going to lie, Witherbloom kind of smells because it is built on top of a swamp.
I was gonna say Witherbloom kind of sucks.
Yeah, Witherbloom, to most of the other students in the college, Witherbloom, nobody but Witherbloom students can go there because it smells so bad.
Sounds so pretty.
that dank swamp air.
Rather have swamp air than swamp ass. Sorry.
Oh, you have both. And
Congratulations, you have both.
So anyway, you get to the hall, and there is kind of it's not really a traditional hall, it's more of like a bubble room that's just a circular room. There aren't really true chairs, they're just kind of like places to sit, like a stump or a protruding branch or like a rock or something like that, and there's not really a good place to write, so you really have to.
Okay. So what I do, I walk over to like one of the branches and I kind of put my book down, but I'm kind of, chaotic bisexual, can't sit in a chair correctly thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of make myself comfortable.
You know what? You hear a voice kind of like from the direction you're not looking, and just, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready for class. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm like, as I say this, I kind of turn to try to figure out who's talking to me.
You see your sweet mate, Leslie O'Brien. That's...
Hey, Leslie.
Kai, was it?
Yes. Do you want me to like move so you can sit down next to me and we can like share notes?
No, that's fine. I actually was planning on sitting up front. You know you're just sitting on the wall, right?
It looks comfier than sitting on a branch, on a regular stump on the ground. It's also easier for me to write like this.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure you don't want to sit next? I promise I don't bite.
She kind of looks around, just, sure, I guess.
I kind of sit and
what?
move things. I kind of move things so it makes it easier for her to like sit down.
She actually just picks a spot on the ground that's below the branch to kind of like let you have your space on the branch, and she'll just take the floor beneath it.
Okay.
So yeah, Leslie O'Brien is in your botany class. With that, as soon as you guys get settled in there, you hear a loud bang, and from kind of a side of the tree, it looks like a branch fell over, but it's actually like the Witherbloom equivalent of a door, because it went down, but it went down so far enough where it's still kind of like flush with the floor, and out of it comes she looks a little worse for wear, but she's like, all right, nope, come on, nope, stay down, no, get back, nope, no, and she's like, she gets down, she lifts the branch up, pushes it, nope, no, stay back in there, not today, not today. All right.
I thought you were gonna say, and she dies in front of you. Oh God!
No. You see this small human who has got so many pouches on her outfit. She's got one of those like cameraman vests. She's got cargo pants that have pockets all over. She's got like a utility belt full of like just so many pouches. And she's like her sleeves are rolled up, and she's got like these viney looking tattoos all up in her arm, and her goggles are so big, like Javen, if you were there, if your character was there, you would suspect that she was part Outland, because her goggles just like amplify her eyes.
I'd be very envious of her massive peepers.
So yeah, she's just kind of standing there with her hands on the branch, and she's like, "Whew, okay. Well, good news is, like looks and sees the crowd, and then checks her wrist for a watch, and realizes she's not wearing a watch. Is this? She looks at another student. Is this? What class is this?" And the student just goes, basic botany. Oh, I'm supposed to be I teach that. Well, she kind of pats herself down, pats her many pockets. Don't have anything, so tell you what, who actually knows anything about any sort of foliage, plant life, anything at all? Anyone?
Man, I got high hopes for this class.
Right, that is probably why you're here.
Well, my brain is just like, I'm like, I know stuff, but I'm confused. I'm like, my brain is going, is this a teaching technique, or is she like trying to figure out if she's that disorganized?
Make an insight check for me.
Dun. 15.
You get the feeling that Dean Lissette is one of those research professors that mostly deal with the actual application of the knowledge that she's supposed to be teaching, rather than teaching itself. She's great at what she does, which is care for the plants, care for the animals, care for life, care for all of that stuff. Not so great at the teaching aspect, which is amazing because she is a dean. But
have fun teaching yourself.
How? Let's see. I have no idea. Square one. What would be a good teaching thing for square one? You know what? I got just the thing. Give me 1 second. And she kind of goes to another like branch in the wall. Kind of knocks, pulls it open, goes in. You kind of just see her like her legs for a second as she leans in. Is like, there it is. She comes out, with a pot and just kind of kicks the root back closed. Goes up to kind of another root that seemed to be functioning as a main desk in the floor, and it's just like it's a very long, high enough to. It's basically a lab desk. She just goes, poof. All right. Who can tell me what this is? Anyone at all? Kai, if you want to make a nature check, or intelligence, whichever one you want to do.
That'll be a 7.
Nice.
All right, you got. Okay. You see from below you a hand kind of just shoot up. Is that a mandrake root? There. And then Dean Lisette goes, yes, mandrake. I figure this is something most people know. Who can tell me why? No, how should I put this? What safety gear do you need when handling mandrake? Who can tell me that? Anyone?
Okay. So can we say that first roll was like I just couldn't see it well enough, and I'm like,
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's you kind of figured it. It took a couple seconds, but you kind of figured it out, but not in time, not fast enough for Leslie to kind of shoot her hand up and just like, oh, it's mandrake. So yeah, go ahead if you want to make another roll.
So that's that would be a 21.
All right. Do you shoot your hand up?
Yep.
Yes, you. What do you need with mandrake?
So I'm going purely based off of Harry Potter here,
Most mandrake.
and like earmuffs, gloves.
Earmuffs. Yes, everyone needs gloves. Are helpful. I mean, they do tend to squirm around a bit, but earmuffs. Earmuffs are the most important thing. I am not going to pull this right now because I have no idea where the earmuffs are. Wait. Oh, that is. Yes. And she does this for the entire class, where she's just like, you can tell she forgot she was supposed to teach today. So yeah, that's basic botany. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you were gonna say anything about that.
I am writing. I am taking notes.
Good. Taking notes about the fact that Dean Lisette is an absolute like spacehead.
Other things.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with mandrake root.
Okay. Yeah, no, just so you know, that was something I did pull out of my ass, and I just went by Harry Potter lore.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
I figured. That's.
All right. Next we have Alexi. What would you like to do?
If we're gonna do this, I will do my first day of work.
You want to do your first day of work? Okay. First day of work. First years don't start their job until the week after, the second week of school, just to give them a chance to be like, all right, this is my classes, this is where I figure out, and then they put you into the job. So a week after you apply for the job, the application for the job was, like I said, literally just you pulled the ticket, you have the sign up, the sheet that says that you are going to take the job. You get there, and a large, you are greeted. Well, let me ask you this. What time of day would you go? Would you try and go during a quieter time, or would you actually go during a what you think is a quieter time.
Alexi and not understanding social cues very well. He's probably there at the crack of dawn.
Okay, yeah, you get there and it's not open. You see on the hold on, let me look up because they actually put the hours in the book. 1 second. You see a sign that says Bow's End Tavern hours Monday through Thursday 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay.
So yeah, you'd have to come back at like whenever.
What time is it currently?
If you got up at the crack of dawn, it's probably 6 a.m.
Then they're open.
No, it's 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
6 p.m. to
Probably come
2
back.
a.m.
I'd probably come back at like 2 or 3.
Okay. You come back and yeah, it's kind of like there's you. Tell you what, let's do it this way. You come back and you see a large figure just kind of like opening the door, putting like out on the patio, kind of moving tables around, taking the tables off or taking the chairs off of tables and setting them up, putting like umbrellas up there because the Bow's End Tavern has kind of got a long but roundish front to it that has a outdoor seating patio. Then so you see a very large figure just kind of moving things around, setting things up, putting out the outdoor furniture for the day.
I will walk up to this person and just kind of wait to be acknowledged. I won't like make it obvious to him.
Okay. Oh, okay. Nat 20. He comes out the door and actually spots you as he's coming out, and isn't really startled at all. He's like, not open till 6. Can I help you?
I start my job today.
I'm sorry, Cedric, what'd you say?
Yes, I start my job today. I'm supposed to be working here.
Do you have a note? Usually, new hires, they get the note. You gotta get the note.
I present him with my note.
Oh, well, the first years. You first years grabbed one of this. Yes, cool. Cool. Well, my name's Bulk. You can. We're not around here. Calls me Bulk. The real name's Tolk. This man is a very large, like 7-foot tall orc. He's got tusks that kind of protrude out almost like a warthog, and his figure would definitely pretty much the orc version of dad bod. He's got that gut, but he definitely, you can tell that he's got some sort of like muscle behind, like any fat that he does have is in his abdomen.
Yeah.
Cool. So, well, welcome to Bow's End. What position was? Cool. You'll actually working in here. You'll be working with our head chef. I lost her name. Her name's Curdy. You'll meet her probably a little bit later. But for now, Sure, let's get you set up. But what's your school schedule like?
I kind of relay my school schedule to him, and then I'm just kind of waiting to be shown the kitchen.
All right. Well, do you have any kitchen experience? Anything sort of like cooking, baking, anything like that?
How would Alexei respond to that?
Yeah, how would Alexi respond to that? Because, Cedric, you and I never established any of that.
I know, but I have something in my head, and I'm trying to think of how Alexei would express it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm going. Let's see. What is your? Because you would. How would you make a roll for picking up on social niceties?
Either insight or possibly insight would be my go-to, but also maybe
You know what?
could be a good option.
What was that?
Insight or survival, depending.
Oh yeah, no.
I would argue insight.
Yeah, I was gonna do either insight or just a straight wisdom. Um, yeah, go ahead and do me insight.
Okay, that's gonna
I
be
am going to. I do have a bit of a high DC because Alexi is in a stranger world, and you're not exactly up on the social cues.
I rolled a 15 all told.
Okay. Explain it to Bulk like you would explain it to another person from the domain that you're from.
I specialize in butchering, hunting, and preparing protein.
I'm sorry, butchering and hunting and preparing protein. Is that how you put it?
Yes.
I'm assuming that you. Here we go. I have no. Where are you from exactly?
I am from far away. If you could show me to your kitchen, I will show you what I can do.
You know what? That's probably best because I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to tell me here. So yeah, this way. Curdy's got a whole setup back here. She's got her pot. Her main cooking pots are right over here, and he takes you to the back. I will see if I can pull up the map for you. Did I take a picture of it?
I've got the book right here. I can look it up if I need to. Just
yeah, you can look at the map in the book. So he just takes you to the back of the kitchen. Is like, yeah, just so Curdy's got the whole setup back here. Her bowls are over here. Most of the work kind of flows out this way. Tickets come up. You go. You put the food up in here. But yeah, there's some utensils back right over here. Tell you what, make me. How would you make a sandwich? Just make me a sandwich, please.
Lexi will go into the kitchen and he immediately look for any proteins that are available. So I guess I make an investigation check or something.
It's a kitchen. I'm not gonna make you check for it. There's still stuff prepped.
Okay.
And you kind of ask, hey, can I use this? And Bulk just kind of like, yeah. Go ahead.
So Alexei actually makes a. I mean, if you want me to roll for it, I'm not opposed, but I think Alexei would make actually a decent.
Make a dexterity check, but add your proficiency because you cooked back in your domain, right?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Make a dexterity check with your proficiency.
11.
11. Yeah, decent sandwich. It's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly my style. It's a little bit on the. Would you be tending towards savory or sweet, or how would you describe the sandwich?
Actually, he works as a butcher's assistant in Ravenloft, so he isn't great on non-savory flavors. So he definitely savory sandwich. It's just he doesn't know what sandwiches are because he doesn't really eat them.
Okay. All right. Well, first, right off the bat, sandwich, everything just kind of like, and he takes like, because you kind of served it to him open face. And he's like, first off, sandwich, as we serve it, just both ends on top of each other. Just, he takes a bite and, yeah. I mean, it's good. I was watching you had some real good, nice skills. The meat's cooked really well. The problem is though it's kind of one tone. You got all meat in here. There's no sauce. There's no toppings. There's nothing else in here besides the meat. Now, personally, don't get me wrong. I like that. I like me a lot of meat, but especially my women. But
Oh, yuck.
yeah,
Ew.
Bulk is not exactly the most subtle. He's a bit of he's that subtle misogynist that it's like, sure, most of the time he's a great guy, but this like, dude, please just stop with the weird comments.
It's just, on the odd occasion, he says some kind of weird racy shit, and you're like, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. So yeah, like personally, I like a good meat. I like a good haunch of meat. But most of our customer, they're looking for more tones in that. But you know what? We can work with that. This is a good start. It's a real good start. So tell you what, we're coming back tonight. We'll get you started with Curdy. We'll work around your school schedule. We're only going to have you, and he kind of lays out a work schedule for you. Someone's going to work out to leave you time for school plus time for studying. And yeah, there you go. That is Bulk, your manager.
Fair. I mean, pork chef, gotta love meat.
Mm-hmm.
He loves his meat.
Loves his meat.
Especially on his women, apparently.
Yes. Like I said, he's a subtle asshole.
I don't know if I would necessarily call that subtle.
It's the occasional asshole, I guess.
That's pretty much all I had. So let's move on.
All right. Then Bucky, what would you like to do? Is there a class, or do you want to do a time at your job?
So the only thing that I really have interested in is the 4 things that I kind of discussed earlier. I figured I probably know most of the people at my job. Again, the dwarf is probably the one that I would probably connect with the most, but I don't really have a strong inclination to RP that.
What did I say? Dane or Darren?
Dane. Yeah, Dane.
Dane Broodfist. Quick thing.
Dang Broodfist.
Dane is a second year. He's a Silver Quill. He's a Silver Quill, but he is also a man of few words. He's more of the writing type.
And that's perfectly fine. Like I said, my thing is the 4 things that I've already discussed with you are what I really wanted RP. I don't really have a strong inclination to RP my job or any of my classes, at least not yet. Maybe in the future, especially if I get this one spell that I'm working on, and I'm like, I know something that'll work. Watch this, and then it doesn't work. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, then let me do it this way. Is the other 3? Is there any other first day of classes that you would like to do at all?
I mean, I'm down to let Bucky have the floor. Bucky's been very good and quiet, so.
Agreed.
Okay. So how about we do this? first up, let's see. Bucky, why don't you have your conversation with Bernard?
Oh, this is the one I wanted to do anyway. This is gonna be great.
Cool.
So can I set?
let-
Can I
I
set
will-
the scene?
I
real
will
quick?
set you up. I'll set you up.
Okay.
It's you guys are. You're probably getting back from a class, Bernard, or well, you know what, Bucky? Would you be seeking out Bernard to have this conversation?
So the thing is, the way that I see this whole thing starting is me essentially making the connection between my father's book and a textbook on combat spells that I've been reading, and kind of going, wait, that looks an awful lot like, huh? Oh, baby. And then I just kind of start rummaging through it, and I'm like, I gotta find somebody smarter than me. Somebody's gotta be able to figure this out. Hold on, wait.
Okay, so
Where's the bird?
Are you doing this in the middle of class, or are you doing this?
No,
like,
this
while you're-
this would be purely in private time. Like this is like during study hall or something. I'm making this
So you're-
connection.
You're studying for like your tactics and strategy class, and all of a sudden you make this connection. So yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
So that's when I would be like, wait, where's my bird bro? And then I immediately seek to find Bernard.
How would you go about finding him?
Do I have any notebook paper that I can use to send message?
Yeah, you have a notebook, and you can just once the sending if you write something to send as a message, it kind of just vanishes as it's
So
sent.
I write on a piece of paper as soon as like the light bulb goes in my head, and I go, "Where's my bird bro?" And I look around and I go, "Shit, I don't know where he is." So I go back to write a piece of paper, and I'm like, "Okay, Bernard, where are you?" Question mark, and then I send it off.
Bernard, where would you want to be in the middle of the day?
In the middle of the day, am I? You know what? You tell me. Am I in class or am I otherwise?
You are between classes. You just got out of one.
Okay, and this is before the exams happen, correct?
Yeah, this is actually before, or no, you're doing Bucky. You're doing this because of the combo move. So this is before the exams, but after the frog race.
Okay, so, well, let's call it like a week after the fight. Life starts getting back to normal. I know I'm at least stressing for the exams.
Yeah.
So in my spare time, you just see a very disheveled Bernard, feathers kind of like sticking up everywhere, leaning his head on his hand, elbow to desk, just staring at the same page for the past 20 minutes, and all of a sudden he gets this message, and he just kind of without looking at the page writes back, "In my dorm," and still keeps looking at his study pages.
All right.
So
Bucky, you would know where his dorm is because at this point you've probably been to it plenty of times.
Exactly. So as soon as I get that message, I grab all my books, I throw them in my book bag, and I am not subtle. I fly in what is the closest direction, like closest from A to B, even if that
Are
means
you in
going
the
through his
bibli-
fucking
are
window.
Are you indoors or into the biblioplex at all?
I would be in the biblioplex, and I would
You
fly.
immediately get another staff member being like, "No flying in the biblioplex," and earthbinding you.
What is this hellhole? And I just run out. I just run out the hall,
And as soon as you're out of the biblioplex, then you can fly.
and then I immediately take off for his, Bernard's window.
I envision Bucky so fucking angry at this whole thing.
It's the same librarian too. Just no flying in the biblioplex.
Fuck
That's
you,
all they do
lady.
all day.
I hope you're the arch nemesis. I'm gonna take my sword.
This is my last year before retirement. You again.
Shut up, Palpatine. Eat sword.
She's been saying that line for the past 10 years.
So I I
Here.
don't go through the door. I actually go to Bernard's window and just start knocking.
Bernard, would your window actually be open normally? Because like you are a flight.
Yeah. Normally, especially like when I'm in the room, I usually keep my window open because I am still a bird. I do like that good breeze coming in.
Mhm.
So, but I do knock. I don't enter. I just knock on the windowsill. Bernard, Bernard.
I slowly, one eye blinking after the other, I look up at you and I go, Yes, Bucky.
Can I come in?
Sure."
I come in and I immediately flop down um advanced combat magic and the Tale of the Storm King, and I open up two particular pages. I was like, right, so I was reading my dad's book for the 514th time, don't ask why, but I found this spell in here and he calls it how does he read it? Raging Storm. And look at his hands. Look at what he does with his hands. And there's a picture of him like making an X with his arms over his chest, and his hands are almost like struggling to contain energy within him. And then he moves them up, and then he slams his hand down, and he makes a tornado, an energy tornado. Isn't that always awesome? But look at this, and I point over at the advanced magic copybook. I think this spell right here. See, I always thought my dad had like some sort of innate magic, like maybe he could just do shit that nobody else could do, that kind of thing, superhero stuff. But like, what if this spell? What if he modified it? Because this is just a basic tornado spell that's taught in some of the advanced classes. But this, I mean, he just took it and just put it underneath himself and put some sort of energy behind it. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
Okay, Bucky, where are you going with this?
Well, here's the thing. You know how I can't really do magic right now, right?
I'm painfully aware of that. Yes.
What if, because my dad is the Storm King, what if I tried to do the Raging Storm?
Well, I'm not going to tell you not to try.
So here's the thing, I can't do it on my own.
Yes, Alexi.
I feel like they would wake up at some point and just hear Bucky and Bernard talking and then just go right the fuck back to sleep, being like, I want no part of it.
Fair. Very fair.
Here's the thing, I can't do this on my own. I don't know how to concentrate on magic. I don't even know how to really focus my mind on that kind of shit. And like, what if I hurt myself while I'm doing it? So I was wondering, I know you're busy studying or sleeping or dying. Wait, are you dying? You look terrible.
I feel like I'm dying.
But you're not dying.
Just very deadpan, eyes half closed. Just I feel like I'm dying.
But you're not dying, right?
Unfortunately, no.
Sweetness. All right. Sweetness. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You, me, we'll head to one of the combat centers. We'll rent a room. That way it's all nice and padded. No matter how strong the storm is, it's not gonna break the room. And you and me give it a shot.
Or, real quick, the way combat practice works is there are actually very open areas for you to practice.
Fine by me.
There are places for upperclassmen to practice their own combat magic and whatnot. But for lower classmen, you have to practice in the combat yard.
So you, me, we head to the combat yard. We make sure nobody else is around for a while, and then we try out the Raging Storm.
You have to be supervised by a faculty member.
Now, while I am flattered that you think that my magic comes from me and that I learned it, I couldn't feel comfortable knowing that that's what you thought. My magic comes from Afara, and I point to my shield.
Well, right.
I'll help you with this, but if I'm being quite honest, Bucky, this is more of Kai's thing.
Well, but like if the storm is like really strong or something, I don't want to hurt Kai. Like if it goes wrong, if it goes really bad, it could be strong enough to hurt her. Like my dad used to use this kind of spell to take out like platoons on his own. I need someone who's got a shield and knows how to use it. Like you remember the last time we fought the frogs? Like you and I
well, like I said, I'll still help. It'll get me away from these stupid books, and I glare at my desk. But I would recommend that we go and find Kai.
All right. I mean, I don't disagree. I just don't want her to get caught up and like hurt or anything, you know?
She can hide behind a tree or something.
You know what? That's a great point. Storms can't wait. Yes, they can. They can totally uproot trees.
Totally.
This is bad. This is bad. I don't want to hurt Key. Bucky starts panicking.
She'll Bucky, and I smack you.
Ow! Damn it!
Let's go get Kai, and we'll try this thing that you're obsessed with.
Got it. Wait, where's Key?
Go. I'll get my armor on. And I'll meet you at and then I list off a training ground, and I just go. You go find Kay, and then I'll meet the both of you over there.
Got it. All right. You know what? I'll do the same thing I did to find you. And I grab a notebook from your desk, and I write, Kamaris, where are you? And I send it.
Where are urgent?
What, do I need to roll for where I am?
No. Let's see.
Well, apparently you're doing fine in school, so
Yeah, you're doing all right.
you're probably doing fantastic.
Not that somebody's better.
Personal. Bucky's kind of taking it personally. Well, no, because she's been ever since the frog fight. She's been kind of tutoring you in your celestial. So
yeah,
there you
exactly.
go.
No,
Yeah.
well, no.
No,
That's Bernard, not me.
That's me.
Bernard.
And
Yeah.
while my celestial is benefiting from the tutoring, I still have 3 other classes in which I do not understand. But apparently, I do, which is even more frustrating for Bernard because now he's like, well, I fucking aced the exam, so why is this so difficult? What the fuck?
So yeah, Kai, where would you be in the middle of a day?
Yeah, probably being a nerd and reading.
She's back at the biblioplex where I just was.
Literally where he just was.
What probably happened is we were probably there together.
Yes.
I was sitting across from
Yes.
you. You just took off.
Oh well, there he goes.
But the thing is, like, now I'm writing, where are you? And I just sent it to you.
Jesus.
Okay, Kai, how do you take that? Bucky just sent you a message asking where you were, even though he was just with you not 5 minutes ago.
I'm gonna respond with where you left me. You left. Yeah, that's 4 words. It's fine. If it's parameter.
Yes.
So I get that message back, where you left me. oh, damn it! I literally fly out the window.
As soon as Bernard leaves, you just hear Alexei. As soon as Alexei just sits up in his bed and calls across the suite or whatever. Is Bucky doing something that might get himself hurt?
Yes, get your armor on. You know, it's funny.
Okay.
It's funny. Literally before you spoke, Cedric, I'm like, I'm gonna tell Alexei what's happening.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was going to ask. It's like, hey, is anyone going to tell Alexei what's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm not being the only target of this stupid shenanigan.
Okay. So, Bucky, you get back to the Bibuloplex right where you left Kay, and you all meet up at the combat field, the training field, which, keep in mind, is a more open area. There's not really too much cover. This is kind of also a dual-purpose dueling grounds kind of thing.
Right.
So it's more open than it is like a actual forest or whatever, like natural terrain kind of thing.
So I re-explain everything that I just explained to Bernard. I re-explain it to Kamaris, and I am in particular about the fact that he is combining two different type of spells, almost like he's combining magic missile with a storm spell or a storm charm of some kind.
With lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's creating pillars of energy that come up beneath him. Like this is way too cool looking, but I don't know how to do it.
All right. So let me ask you guys this: are the three of you, Bernard, Alexei, and Kay, are the three of you going to be in a capacity to help Bucky cast this, or are you there to just make sure he doesn't hurt himself?
Both are valid.
I feel like Bernard is there to just contain whatever aftermath happens, because essentially, like,
Okay.
Bernard fully gets that he is the target here. So, and he's fine with that. He's agreed to it. So he's steeling himself to get ready for whatever kind of shenanigan is about to happen here.
Okay. Alexei?
I am fully there to make sure that if someone dies, I bring them back.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay. What capacity are you there?
So I guess I'm there to like try to help and just be like, okay, well, because I mean my magical, I mean, just like I have studied and have worked my ass off.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, were you gonna continue?
I was gonna say, and like, I'm going to do my best to be like how I've gotten like magic to work for me. Like those like little like, well, I just, and like those kind of like tips and tricks kind of thing.
Okay. So let me think. How do I want to do this? Tell you what. Kai, make a flat arcana check at disadvantage because you have no idea what exactly Bucky is describing here. You have not had time to study this. You are just doing the best you can with what you've been given.
Okay.
I'm doing my best.
So we're about to watch him do some Hadouken bullshit.
I described it as a Rasengan, but
Oh, No, it's not actually playing. Damn it.
19.
With disadvantage?
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Forgot about that part. Nope, that's a 5.
5 total?
Yeah.
Did you just roll in that one?
No.
Then why is it a
Did I-
5?
Hold on.
Did you roll a 5 or was it a 5?
Hold on.
Are you using your level 2 stats or are you using
I mean,
Okay.
the stats shouldn't have changed with the level.
True? Because
No.
I have your character sheet, Kate. Your
Hold
your
on.
Arcana is
Hold
plus
on.
4. I mean, to be fair, either way, that fails. You are not.
Yeah, well.
You did your best.
I basically gave her an impossible task.
Yeah, you gave her an impossible like what? Okay, I guess these are this. Describe it poorly to Geo or to Bucky. How?
I love this.
Okay, with the knowledge of what you have and what Bucky has just described, tell Bucky how you would handle casting this.
So, like, I need you to think about what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Don't think about anything else. Don't think
Okay.
about the sky. Don't think about the birds.
Damn it, I'm thinking about this guy.
Think about what you're trying to do. And not just and like paint a picture in your brain of you actually doing this.
So
Like-
don't worry about the hands or just paint a picture in my head that I'm doing the raging storm.
Like just visualize, like paint the picture, like visualize your movements and like see it happen in your mind. And like you should then, like, whatever you see in your mind, then like try to do it in real life, like here. But like you have to see it like clearly, like perfectly in your brain.
You can literally see the gears ticking in his eyes.
I turn to Alexi, who I assume is standing next to me while it's being explained to Bucky. I just go, "Are you as lost as I am?"
Nothing like magic I am used to. I am very lost.
Okay, good. I thought it was just me.
Okay, so Bucky, here's what we're gonna do. You are also going to make an Arcana check at disadvantage.
That is 100% fair.
Mm-hmm.
Before I make this roll, I do want to ask this because I know what I want. Well, I shouldn't say it this way. I have a good idea what's going to happen if I succeed, and I also have a really good idea if I don't succeed.
So here's what's going to happen. If you don't succeed, I'm going to play it out that, well, it depends on how badly you fail. But
yeah.
You could very well hurt somebody.
Or myself.
Or yourself. Yeah, you are somebody. Don't be down on yourself. You are somebody.
Never. All right.
So yes. How is everyone taking cover?
Well, I have myself and my shield.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
suppose that'll do.
you are using your base AC.
Yeah.
I think Alexa just feels for this one, I'm not going to roll my D100. It's just going to be a plain kite shield.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna add the shield bonus to your base AC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kai, how you taking cover?
You know what? I'll go ahead and cast Field of Faith on Kai to give her a little bit of a boost.
Okay.
Can I advise that Kai hides behind Alexi?
Yeah, I know. That's why I was gonna like.
Mhm.
I just.
That's how your shield of faith works. It gets a little bigger because the person you're shield of faithing is behind you. So
I'm just.
it's
I just kind of like run behind, and just like grab onto like shoulders and like.
Mm-hmm.
And just you can just see my eyes peering around.
Cool. All right. So what is Lexi? What I'm going to do then is with the shield bonus and the shield of faith. What will your AC be?
Field of Faith, +2 from Alexi's shield bonus. Did I lose everybody?
No.
Huh?
No,
I can
I'm
hear you.
sorry, I didn't get an actual number.
You were breaking up pretty bad.
Yeah,
Okay. Sorry about that.
you're good.
So what was the number?
Oh, so I'm adding the Shield of Faith to myself?
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this is going to be what that number is going to be the AC for both you and Kai because she's literally making it so that you guys are both one thing essentially. So you are protecting you and her.
If I'm adding the AC of myself to +2 to that, it's going to be a 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
One.
Okay. Then you know what? No. Hey, Cedric, you can keep the 20, but it's a +4 total for your shield and the shield of faith. Is that what the bonus was?
You,
Okay. So, Kai, you get to add +4 to your AC.
Cool.
So, anything else to protect yourself?
We ask.
Anything? Yes, you.
Uh,
Miss Squishy over here.
Miss Squishy. So
Yes.
can I add my mage armor to myself too?
Yeah, that would raise your base armor to 13, I believe.
And then I'd still get the +4.
Yeah.
And then you'd add the +4, so that should put you at 17.
Yeah.
So, here's how this is going to go down. Geo, you are going to roll an Arcana check at disadvantage to see if you can actually do this.
Yep.
Best case scenario, doesn't work. Nothing happens. You guys are just like prepared, and he just slams his hands on the ground. Nothing happens. Worst case scenario, it goes off fairly wildly, and I will make him roll an attack roll, essentially.
All right. So after seeing everybody gear up and you know get into position, and I'm like, I didn't mean to scare everybody that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do the hand position. I open up my hands. I focus really hard. I try to paint a picture in my head, just like Kaimaris told me. Throw my hands up, and I scream at the top of my lungs, "Raging storm!" I slam my hands down. Here comes the dice. Oh,
boy.
Wow. Fuck you on both ends. I rolled a 3 plus 2, which is a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing. The worst case scenario was going to happen on a nat 1, so that didn't happen. This is actually the best case scenario,
Fantastic.
which is that yeah, nothing happens. You just slam your hands on the ground. Nothing happens.
Oh man, I could have sworn if I tried to. Bucky just kind of immediately deflates. No.
It takes a while. Like, don't be discouraged.
Yeah, I would go up to Bucky and just be like, it's okay. If it wasn't for Afara, I couldn't even do the little amount of magic that I can do. And even that took a long time of faith and practice.
Yeah. Alexi's gonna go over to Bucky, and kind of just look at him, seeing him so deflated. Look at his two friends trying to cheer him up, and just, would you like to hit my shield?
No. The whole reason I went to Bernard was just that I figured if I did summon the storm, he'd be able to tackle it. I didn't think it was just not gonna happen at all.
Did you, the first time you tried to summon the sacred flame, did you succeed?
No, I didn't. In fact, the sacred flame is actually very new to me.
This is your first time, correct, Bucky?
At least trying to do something like this.
Well, the first time I tried to cast the sacred flame, I set my hand on fire.
You set your hand on fire?
It was not fun.
Wow.
Magic is different for myself and Bernard because we practice from our religion. Chimeras may have the best analog to what you are doing, but I imagine her first spell was interesting as well.
The amount of times I tried to shock Andraste with shocking grasp, so many times did not work. I think she was more surprised the first time it did work than it actually like hurting her.
Do not press it. This is only the first time. We try again, maybe it will work.
Maybe. I think I need to do some more studying before I try it again. I mean, I literally just remember the fact that this spell in this book looked something like what my dad did, and I just thought maybe I could give it a go, but maybe I'm just not there yet. I don't know.
It is a good start.
Anyway.
Yes. Good start.
I'm sorry that I dragged you all out here. What do you say I make up for it? Anything you guys want at the cafe, it's on me.
Have you
Go on.
No, I'm just looking at Bernard and Bucky, and I'm like, I remember you saying you had never had coffee before.
No, I've never had coffee. As a matter of fact, I haven't eaten most things that are at the cafe.
Well, let's cheer you up and start there. Cups of coffee for everyone.
Especially after all that studying, I could use a cup. Are you coming, Kai?
Yes.
Please and thank you. I will buy for everyone. It is a good day.
Whoa. Alexi, I appreciate that, but I'm the one that dragged you guys out here. At least let me get the first round.
Bucky,
Yeah?
you have a thought that's, wait, you really don't have much money right now because the only money you're getting, or wait, no, you have a job.
Well, I have a job and I won the bet. I've got like 45 gold.
That is true. Sorry, my thought was like, oh, you are technically cut off right now while you're at school, but no, never mind. You have a job.
Well, yeah,
You're-
not at this point. At this point, he still has his job, but
No,
after
no,
the
no.
exam.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
the
after
exam.
the exam, I spend all my money on tutoring, but right now,
Oh no. The school provides the tutoring.
yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, we all go to the cafe. I order everybody whatever coffee or Danish that they want.
Tell you what. Make one more Arcana check. This time, not at disadvantage, just flat.
Okie dokie. Rawr. 12.
12. You guys are walking to the cafe. Bucky, you're kind of towards the back, just kind of a little sullen from not being able to do anything, and you're just walking along, and all of a sudden you get a little static shock to your hand, but you didn't touch anything, and just there's this brief moment of just in your left hand.
Yeah, son of a. What the? Oh, that was weird.
Are you okay, Bucky?
Yeah, just got a tingle in my left arm. Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay.
So we all head to the cafe, and whatever. I don't know, like, if there's an actual menu item or a menu. TM.
For the cafe, I don't think so. I mean, I can make one up real quick.
Let's not spend too much time on that. Let's
No.
Let's just say that I spend 1 gold apiece on whatever anybody wants in the cafe.
For the you know what? The tavern has a menu here, which includes coffee. Coffee is 1 copper piece.
So honestly, Gio, if you would just want to drop a gold, that's $100, and we just eat however much we want.
I'm good with that. Like we
get
get a table, I drop a gold, and whatever they want, it's on me.
you get this drow elf male that just like waiting your table and looks at the gold piece and just looks back at you like, I can't break that.
I think I might got some silver in here. You know what? Whatever we don't use, you keep.
Oh no, I couldn't. I'm actually, well, and he just takes the gold and goes off. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that was weird. So, Alexi, why do you like this coffee so much?
You will understand hopefully when you drink it.
I mean, it just looks like black, dirty water to me every time I've seen it.
Well, some people
Much
like
it, but it's the effects.
The effects?
If I'm understanding this correctly, the 3 of you have all had coffee before. It's just Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Like I've
Go
stated
ahead.
before, Bucky has eaten very plainly and has only drinking water.
Yep. Very strict diet at home.
Animal milk and sugar to disguise it. It tastes a little bitter, so the first time you like it, you may want to add some sugar to it. But there is a secondary effect that I greatly enjoy. I think you might be interested in it as well.
You said it tastes bitter? What is tasting bitter? I don't... Man, Bucky just kind of holds his head like, this is all so confusing.
Does he drink the coffee?
Have our drinks come yet?
Oh, right. You guys got. Yeah, the drow elf is just like, yeah, here you go, 4 coffees.
Bucky kind of takes a sniff. Ugh, man, that's strong. You sure
Coffee
this
and
is
cream on the table.
creamer? Okay. You sure this is safe to drink, Alexi?
Very safe. Alexei actually drinks his own to demonstrate.
To which Bernard would just be like, not his, but this one's fine.
Alexi's just like a triple brew espresso. Don't drink it.
Alexi, you saw Alexi didn't put any sort of accoutrement into their drink, whereas I don't know how Bernard would put, or Kay would do their drinks, but I'm assuming that they don't do it black.
I actually I use my my flask, my flask that makes everything sweeter, and I empty out whatever contents was in there, whether it be like outside or in a sink or something, and then I would pour my coffee into that.
Okay.
I like that.
There you go.
After
And also,
okay,
because of how it's shaped, it's shaped like the like a little gourd, so it's like more of like a dish, kind of like how the Japanese do it.
yeah, like an
Where
old
it's
like an
like-
old gourd. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm drinking it with both hands and like just sipping on it.
Bucky kind of eyes it one more time, and all right, here we go. No cream, no sugar. He just slams a little bit back into his tongue.
Maybe con check.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. How do I
Make
check to see if I
Con check.
Okay,
I've
here.
had this
Oh
set
my
up.
god, I rolled a 5.
You first off, you burn your tongue.
Yes.
It's still a little bit hot.
Take 1 burn
just-
damage.
I'm not gonna do that. This is role play.
Man is fucking wired.
Like to take at your level, to take damage is like to take 1 damage, and you continue to do this. You guys, this is literally the amount of like someone would have to punch you to do 1 damage.
Okay.
Someone
Fair.
punched my taste buds.
This is fair. So yeah, first, you burn your tongue. Second sensation you get is when you actually like swallow it, and that is that weird. There's like this. I don't know, it feels almost. I guess not sour, but there's just flavors that you cannot identify on the back of your tongue that just are. It feels like you just ate dirt. But then again, there's something as you're kind of like holding it, just like what it, and you kind of feel it almost immediately because Bucky has not had any sort of thing like this before. His tolerance is so low that the effects from 1 sip of black coffee, it is almost instantaneous, and the people around you would see your eyes just go
So
and go.
if that's the way we're gonna do this, so Bucky, as soon as he kind of takes the taste, he immediately gonna goes fuck, what is that taste? He's almost like, this is not right. Sky people don't drink dirt. And after about a minute of me just kind of like suddenly Bucky starts to feel the caffeine kick. Having drunk water his entire life, caffeine probably affects him way more than it should.
Yep.
And that's like, I don't know who's sitting directly across from me at the table, but whoever that is, you just see Bucky sitting motionless, gripping the table with almost a death grip. And if depending on how strong the table is, Bucky's talons might actually be scratching into the table.
What you looking at, Bucky?
I feel weird. What is all this sudden energy? I feel like I gotta run. I feel like I gotta fly. I need to fly. And I open up my wings and I immediately take off.
Don't fly to the. Oh, he's out. He's out. He's gone. Okay, never mind.
No, I stay. I stay in.
Oh, who's flying in the tavern? Oh, you can hear it this time.
I climb out of my armor, and then I just grab on to Bucky's leg talons, and I drag him outside, throw him out where he's flying, and then I just sort of fly around as a spotter, waiting for him to crash.
You
He might
literally
be a
hear Bucky as he flybys does the meow. Like he is doing laps like a race car.
I was gonna say it's not the actual sound. This is just a noise that he's making with his mouth.
Yes.
Meow.
And then every night every 2 or 3 laps he makes, he comes back and he looks Bernard directly in the eyes and he goes, "I can do 500 more." And he literally just flies back out again.
Bernard's just leisurely flying after him.
Kay, Alexi, how are you guys handling this?
Like I said, straight to the door, sips on his coffee, and announces out loud, "I may have made a mistake."
From next to you, you hear another voice. Gave him coffee, didn't you? And you turn and see Reggie, his brother, just like, yeah, there's a reason he's never had it. He was born with a sensitivity to it.
Oh Lord, I was unaware. I thought he might enjoy the sensation.
Honestly, this is actually quite entertaining.
Fuck you, Reggie.
I mean, he's having a blast, right?
He
Good
looks
for
to be.
him.
I have the fastest tailspin. You hear from outside.
Yeah, I mean, just
Jesus Christ.
and he does the same thing. Just looks out, sips his coffee. It's wild, man.
I'm gonna say 2 hours later, I come back in, and I find my seat and I go, that was awesome, man. You were right, Alexi. That was.
All of that from one sip of coffee.
I'm glad he didn't drink the whole cup.
Uh-huh.
I take the rest of Bucky's cup and pour it into my gourd.
It is cold it is so cold at this point.
I know.
It's just like, bring me coffee, please.
It's very ironic that he works here.
Uh-huh. Well, he doesn't work here. He works at the Biblioplex one.
Holy Afaro, when did you get here?
Been here the whole time, man.
You're very sneaky, apparently.
I mean, I was just talking to you, dude.
Yes, I was asking for more coffee.
I'm not. I don't work here.
Oh, that's Reggie. I thought you were. I thought that was the drow. My bad.
Oh no, this is Reggie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, can't have caffeine too often. I'll grab him. Actually, I don't know. Could one of you maybe help me drag him back to the dorm?
I already I have one of my talon grip. I have one of my hands gripped around his ankle, and I'm like, let's go.
Okay, yeah. Reggie just takes the other end and is like, all right, come on, bro, let's go.
I'm unstoppable.
Yep.
Yeah, you are, bud.
You sure are. Meanwhile, Bernard is screaming, knowing that you're doing better at him in school.
Before we move on too far, because before too long, I'm gonna need to take out the trash. I know that I just went, but Ed, do you mind if I take one more scene?
Sure.
So the original plan was not to get everyone involved.
It turned into a beautiful scene.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
I loved
no.
it.
Yeah. So if this is the scene that you were talking about earlier, I'm going to say that there is a time. This scene will take place probably 2 weeks, or maybe even a week after the first day of school.
So, the thing is that I've done my thing with Bernard. It is now, depending on who I want to go with next, either Kai or Alexi.
Well, wasn't Lexi you were going to ask him about the coffee, or was that a?
I was also going to ask him about his imprisonment.
Oh, okay.
The coffee was just going to be the reason that we sat at a table.
The icebreaker.
Yes.
Well, that kind of broke so many. Let's do Kai.
Okay. So, I assume that me and Kai are probably studying in the biblioplex like were before I jumped out the door and, flew off.
Created that. Yeah.
I would guess that. Go ahead.
Again, the week after the first day of school.
Yeah. I'm guessing that me and her are probably studying rune magic. The basics of rune magic. We pack up. We pack up for the day. We're getting ready to head out, and I kind of look over at Kai and I'm like, "Hey, you want to grab some food before we call it a night?"
Sure.
Awesome.
Studying takes a lot out, so I could definitely use some food.
Yeah, it always hurts my brain when we do it. So I sit down and I kind of look over the menu. We pick whatever the hell we want. As a gentleman, I do pay for it. And as the food kind of comes out, and I'm kind of still reading over the rune textbook and stuff like that, I'm going, man, Kai, I can never figure out how you're so good at reading these dang things. They all look the same to me after a while.
You do. It's just I try to make little fun ways to remember them. So, like, hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Let me pull out my rune cards. Best investment for today.
This girl's got rune cards.
I do.
Wow.
Damn, dedication.
Yeah, way more than I have.
I was gonna say, man, I wish I could have been the wizard, but she's playing it way better than I ever could.
She is going full hog into being a wizard, and I am proud of her for that.
I could maybe at best do a sorcerer. The way she's playing a wizard.
Okay.
Also nice use of whole hog. I like it.
Thank you.
Like, take the sigil. Okay, so let's take this sigil. Oh, sorry, going between my phone and Discord. Damn it, where is Discord? So let's just take like the sigil for focus phone. I'm gonna mispronounce this. Sorry for any Nords listening. Will you?
Looks at Cedric.
And picture incoming. Like it kind of looks like a little bit like an S, and the S in the for like sun, and like, and I just am going, and then let me and then like this guy, and I'll Redo, and just like I'm trying to like come like okay, it starts with an R, kind of looks like an R for in
You
common,
you
and
give
just
him
kind
some
of
quick.
yeah, like I won't do full, but like yeah,
Yeah.
and just kind of give different examples of like my little mnemonic devices to kind of help with what they mean or where they like where they're what rune it is.
Tutoring.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're kind of going over this for what Bucky assumes is an eternity, um, he kind of holds his hand up and he goes, "Hey, Kai, you remember what we were talking about a couple weeks ago about
Uh,
your sister Andraste?
yeah. What about Trey? Like,
Uh, how do you two get along so well?"
I mean, we don't always. Um, I mean, I think I don't want to say it's helpful that mom's not around or our dad can be kind of an ass and doesn't pay attention to me. I mean, pays maybe a little bit too much attention to her, much to her dismay. Uh, but you just kind of always had to. We had to learn how to be there for each other without necessarily our parents being super involved in our lives. And we don't always get along. Trust me.
I think you get better along than me and Stacy.
Well, and it's different because there's a little bit of an age gap. Um, Not much, but there's a little bit of one. So it might make things a little bit easier. I can't imagine having two other siblings that are the same age. But I feel like you guys should be pretty close. I mean, I know that you're not the same, but uh, you've always kind of had somebody to hang out with.
It's not really like that, unfortunately.
How do you mean? Like,
Well, the thing is, me, Reggie, and Stacy, I might be older than them, but we're talking by maybe a few minutes. Not much.
mm-hmm.
But all three of us are. I don't really know how to fully describe it except to say that it's kind of a competition to see who's going to rule Revalia after my father.
Well, that would be intense. That's probably not the best way to choose the next ruler.
Well, the thing is, my dad is not some king by divine right or something like that. Like, you know, there's not a direct lineage. He took the kingdom. He united the warring clans and brought them under his wing, literally. But he wanted someone who could do what he did, and well, Stacy's a lot like my mom, a lot stricter, smart, and knows. It definitely has the knowledge, but not the temperament, or not the personality. You know what I mean? Like, if she becomes the next Storm King, we're all kind of fucked. But Reggie just never gave a damn. He has a good heart and he knows what he's doing, but he just never really gave a damn about anybody, or at least not anybody that we knew about. So, and then there was me, which, I mean, I fight like my dad, or at least I kind of fight like my dad, but I was never one to want to be a king. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to rule. It's not who I am. I want to be a hero. I want to be a fighter. I want to be like my dad, but not the king dad, but the fighter dad. And well, Stacy's like halfway sure that I'm gonna be king, so she's trying to prevent me from doing anything stupid, and Bucky kind of folds his arms a little bit, and she's always getting in the way and making sure I don't make a fool of myself, and she just won't let me be, and we kind of had a fight not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure she ain't never talking to me again, at least not while we're here.
Well, so I could see that, she may possibly want to protect your family's image. And I'm not saying that's her place, but I mean, what you do can affect how the other members of your clan, how they look at you.
Yeah, but why does it gotta? I mean, why can't I just be myself? Why can't I just go out and learn about the world like everyone else does?
Well, it seems like, unfortunately, you're held to a slightly higher standard than what you want to be held to.
I get that, but I don't want to be. I mean, my dad wasn't when he took over. He just was the better fighter, and that's how he became the king. Why do I got to be a better standard than the person who did it in the first place? Bucky just kind of, angrily kind of looks at his book again, trying to study the runes a little bit harder.
I know I'm probably not the best for family advice, because I know you seem like you think our family has it pretty well figured out. But I know she's doing it because she cares about you. Or at least I'm hoping that she's doing it out of a place of love and caring, as frustrating as it can be.
I don't know. Kai. It's always been hard to tell with her. Just it seems more like she just gives more of a damn about us being noble and us how acting how nobles are supposed to act, and yet this whole time sure as shit my dad ain't noble. I just don't understand why it's so important.
Well,
you and your family, I mean, you guys seem like you've got it, I mean, I don't mean to pry or anything, but you two look like you got it made. I mean, you got an older sister who's willing to look after you while you're here, and sure, you guys may fight sometimes, but at least you're not needing to uphold a standard that doesn't even fucking exist.
oh, we do go. So our dad is, he's in the public eye. He's not royalty, but he's within the government. And so they do kind of look to us. And I don't know if you could tell from the quick little meeting that you had with her, but Andrea's kind of the rebel. And it's not so much me. So she has been reprimanded. She has been reprimanded for not always following what our family should look or do like in public. And I think that's part of the reason why she enjoys it here so much, because, well, I mean, yes, we have people from there, but it's not the people that, like, voted for our dad to be in, or have put our dad in a place of power, so she can kind of get away with it more. But it still happens. I have just been the one that is probably the bad sister because I just kind of keep my head down and try not to get in the way. Like,
Don't you ever feel like you just want to be more, I don't know, adventurous? Like, cut your own path and not be worried about what society thinks of you?
adventurous in a bookish way. I and it's one of those I'm like, she like Kai kind of goes off and is like, "Hell is very like starts like thinking, well, I don't know, do I want to be like I like reading about adventure. Do I really?" And she's like kind of thinking about this, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm more adventurous in a bookish way. Like maybe someday I might want to go out and do exciting and heroic things, but the world's kind of like also a scary place."
Well, but that's what makes it exciting, don't it? I mean, there's danger outside, but that's why we're adventurers. That's why we're learning at this school to make it not so scary, right?
Yeah, and I'm just not quite there yet. I think I'm probably a little bit closer to. Well, no. I was gonna say maybe I'm a little bit closer than Bernard, but Bernard seems pretty adventurous. At least he's dressed the part.
You at that point, not intruding on your conversation, but you just see an armorless Bernard zombie like holding his books, moving to the next study hall.
You know, Kai, I think you and I probably could have a lot to teach each other. Maybe I need to learn more about, setting myself to a higher standard, and maybe you need to learn a little bit more about just taking the plunge and seeing what happens,
Yeah, that I can do it. And she kind of gets the superhero pose fist on.
As you do
instead
it.
of-
Go
But
ahead.
instead of like the chest out, like her chest is very much like caved in and like.
And as I see that is your superhero pose, I get up from the chair, and as loud as I can, I go, "We can do it!" And I do my own superhero pose.
You get like a distant student just like, do what?
Shut your mouth!
Why?
Mind your own business.
I put my hands
Your
over my
business.
beak. I put my hands over my beak. That's the loudest I've heard you talk yet.
Stop shouting! I'm napping.
Oh, that was Bernard. Sorry, Bernard.
Did our voices really reach his dorm?
I think he just walked by not too long ago.
Oh, was that the little guy with the? Oh,
You
Yeah,
see
he's
Bernard.
that
You
know-
see Bernard is now fully passed out on the ground, just fully sleep deprived, face down.
I lead over to Kai and I go, for him having a thing against the undead, he sure as shit looks undead right about now.
You see the custodian faculty member going, "Hey, you laugh there, kid," and is starting to like poke at you.
I wave him off.
Sorry, school rules say I gotta make sure you're at least alive. You
Do the school rules say anything about me kicking your ass? And then I look up, like dark circles underneath my eyes.
I immediately go like, oh shit, and I run over. He's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. You know what? I'll take care of him, Mr. Dander, sir.
Just
I
perch
got
him
it.
on the,
Yeah, a couple
perch him
minutes.
on a chair.
as you
Like we pull him apart, set him there.
as you kind of get him out of the way and move him to a different spot, the janitor just kind of gets this dejected look. Is like, no, it does not. I've had my ass kicked so many times with kids.
I set Bernard down and I gently like put my book bag underneath his head as like a sort of pillow. Sleep tight,
The
buddy.
janitor needs a hug.
Sleep tight, good buddy. We'll let you nap.
I'm asleep. I'm asleep immediately. There is no speech at all. I just.
I look over at Kai and I go, you know what? I'll watch over him. I'm gonna do some late studying anyway. If you want to head up, I'll catch you later, Kai. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Don't stay up too late. And
I make no promises.
try not to.
And Chimerians doesn't even, and Bucky goes out to study. A couple minutes later, Alexei wanders by, sees Bernard, and just picks him up, starts carrying him to bed.
Actually, as you come down to pick him up, both of the birds are asleep.
Well,
Late night studying.
I can only carry one of you. Well, I suppose I'm getting my roommate home first. Here we go.
All right, with all that being done, I am going to mute myself for a while because I got to go take out trash, but I'll let you know when I'm back.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, is there any conversations that anyone would like to have with any specific NPCs at all?
I believe we were talking about doing my softball tryouts.
Oh yeah, you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. So silk ball tryouts. The silk ball, again, because first year students are not allowed to start their stuff until after the first week of school, so they can get their schedule all and places all figured out. That first day of the week, it's a day with no classes, so you just go up to the sports field. It's the same field that actually eventually you would do the raging storm thing with Bucky, but it's just kind of a general open field. There's like a couple pieces of equipment for different various activities, physical clubs and whatnot arranged around. There's an outdoor like gym equipment that people are kind of doing lifting and whatnot. There's like there's a track that just kind of goes around and people are kind of jogging at it and just like going around getting there, running in. But in the middle of the field there's a small group that is starting to gather. And there's some signage that just says like silk ball tryouts this way, and it leads you out to the field.
I would show up not in my armor, but in the sort of training jersey, which I then assume that I see a bunch of other first years also in tryout garb.
Yeah, you get there, and all of them are wearing the same gray shirt that says silk ball intramural silk ball, except for a few students, which you can probably venture a guess that these are older, at least second year or above that. People who are
yeah, I got it. Now, I'm assuming to kind of help myself set the scene. There's probably like maybe 10 or so like nameless students, all just kind of lined up or grouped up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would go up and then just kind of wait for next instruction. I would. Did he say that I could come with my own weapon? Like, is this game played with weapons?
No. It is
Okay.
last session we figured that it is basically just like handball.
Okay. So yeah,
This is
if
going to be mostly athletic checks.
okay. Athletic checks and like maybe if they have the ball, that's when intimidation comes into factor. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, athletics, dexterity, intimidation. However you want to play the game.
Yeah, but basically, I pick a skill and we'll see how it relates to the game. Cool. Yeah. So I would just wait for next instruction.
Okay, so you get there. You see Yavanish, who kind of is like, "Oh, thanks for you came. Good, nice.
Oh, by the way, like we definitely like got drinks at the tavern or whatever. We kind of just like introduced ourselves, got to know each other a little bit.
You actually made the effort to make him his friend.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, when he points me out, I just kind of like wave at him. I don't want to like take away from him because I would have assumed he probably told me like he was the captain of the team or whatever.
Yeah, over the drink, whatnot, he would have gone over.
Yeah. So I'll just wave at him, like not trying to call attention or anything, just trying to let him do his thing, but also acknowledging like, "Hi, bud."
Yeah, he kind of enthusiastically waves back at you, just like, "Hey." So yeah, you of note, you do notice that there's a male dryad there who is trying out, and then a female human walks up to you and is like, "So, you ready?"
One sec. Sorry, I was walking around my house. They're watching Bly Manor in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
So you're here out for silk ball?
And is this the female?
The female human.
I would look up at her and go, yes, I am.
Nice. Well, luck out there. You're gonna need it.
You too.
Thanks.
And I smile up at her.
Cool. Yeah, she doesn't introduce herself because right then, immediately after that, you hear probably a familiar voice at this point, as a shout comes out. "All right, all first years, line up over there. Let's get this over with." As Captain Hanali walks onto the field, still fully dressed in full plate armor.
Mad respect to the captain.
Yeah, that is the only thing that she ever wears is full plate armor. No one ever sees her out of it. There are rumors going around the campus that she sleeps in it.
I mean, I've done that one or two times. I'm not judging.
Mm-hmm. All right, Yavanish, let's get this over with. Or no, she would refer to Stout Claw. Let's get this started. And you see Yavanish just like, "Oh yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna just run everyone through some basic drills, and we're gonna do a mock game, and hopefully we'll get as many of you on the team as possible. There's really not a lot of I mean, there's positions for everyone if they want it. We're just gonna let you know if oh, nonsense, Stoutclaw. If they're not good enough for the team, then they're not going to be on the team. Don't try and baby them." And he's just like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, all right. Let's get this over with. Or let's get this started. Everyone, let's do some running drills. Chop, chop. And you see everyone just kind of like scramble, just like okay, and just start running in a random direction, and Yavanish just kind of takes yeah, just everyone, if you'll follow me real quick, and he starts just leading everyone around the track real quick to kind of do a running warm up.
For sure.
If you want to do a athletics check.
Absolutely. Hiya. That is a 21.
Yeah, you're keeping up. You're keeping up in the front, and let's.
Oh, and just for added flavor, whenever Bernard is out and about, his wings are always tucked into his shirt. There are no actual holes. So whenever he goes to actually go into a fight, it's usually always shirtless.
and when you do have a shirt on, it looks like you have a humpback.
Well, yeah, well, kinda. It's not really a hunchback. It's more of like I have a slouch. I have a very
You have a very
bad
bad
slouch.
slouch. Gotcha.
But when the wings come out, it's like broad chested. I do have a 16 strength, so Bernard is actually very muscular. He's just very small. Yeah, he's just very small.
Yeah, you get a couple of the kids are starting to lag behind here. They weren't. They're expecting this to be just kind of a fun little outside of school activity, not an actual like sports club. And so there's a couple of kids that are just like, oh, geez. And then, but there's a couple kids that are keeping up with you. You are front of the pack, but there are still the human.
Can I roll like a persuasion check or like some kind of charisma check to start like one of those army chants?
Make an insight check for me real quick.
All right, for sure. A 11.
11. Okay. It occurs to you that maybe it might help. It couldn't hurt.
I look around, see people are starting to like break off, not because they're breaking in spirit, but because they are physically weak. And then Bernard thinks to himself, "Nah, weed out the weaklings." And I just get focused, and I start like keeping in pace with Yavanish.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
Oh. I would. Where did I cut off?
I asked you to do persuasion or performance.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, I missed that. I would go persuasion, I think.
Okay. Did you hear? Because the response to your insight check was, yeah, it occurs to you that it couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So then my response was, I look back and see the stragglers and see that they're breaking not by breaking of spirit, but by just being physically weak.
Mm-hmm.
So Bernard kind of, whenever like sports or anything like that are involved, he gets a little bit competitive. He gets that from like playing with Norm all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like looks back and goes, "Nah, we're gonna weed out the weaklings," and then he just stays quiet, gets focused, and paces with Yavin.
Okay. He looks down to you, nods, is like, "Oh, hey, cool. You're doing well."
I nod back.
That human female who greeted you at the beginning, she's keeping up with you. The dryad I mentioned, and a couple of the other kids. Let's see, how many have been weeded out? I'm gonna say, let's see.
Say there's like 10 extras.
4 of them have fallen back and are like, oh, no, this is not exactly what I signed up for. So,
Bernard just shakes his head.
Yeah. So after the run, he's like, "All right, we got a quick obstacle course set up for everyone. If you want to just kind of follow me, just do what I do. Don't try and run around. Nope. Also for your flying types or mage types, no, none of that. We're gonna do this fully physical, fully feet on the ground. All right, so follow me." And he kind of goes through this obstacle course. It's got like these ropes set up. You kind of climb through some. You're just going through some hoops, or you're hopping back and forth or something. And make a dexterity check for me.
Oh, God. So it's at this point where he's told that he can't use his wings, and then he sees the ropes course, a long-standing arch nemesis. Although I have a 9 dexterity for all of you who are listening. However, I rolled a 17, so I got a 16.
Nice. Surprising even yourself, you managed to get through that course pretty easily. Like the warm up must have helped. You got those muscles flowing. You got that. You squeaked through the obstacle course on pure adrenaline because you're excited to be here and you are just so pumped up, like inside.
Well, birds don't sweat, do they?
No, I honestly don't know how birds would show physical exhaustion.
All I know is that they like dust, and I think dust helps kind of help cool them off or something.
I feel like they do that thing where they just kind of flap their wings real quick to kind of like circulate air around themselves, and they just like flap for a little bit to kind of create a fan-like effect. So I'm pretty sure that's what birds do.
Okay, cool. So like, a couple of my feathers are a bit like kind of puffed up. But other than that, I'm just kind of like breathing heavy. I have my hands on my knees. I look up. I look back at the course. I'm impressed with myself. I'm like, I didn't even know I had that in me.
Real quick. You see the human female just standing there. It's like, yeah, that was pretty easy. I didn't see what the big deal was. And the dryad was kind of struggling a little bit. He's a little big for the course, but makes it through nonetheless.
When the human says what she says, I'm like, well, you see, usually I'm in such heavy armor, I would just barrel through that.
Bird breathes rapidly, its throat quivering. It's carried out its body via the lungs and air sacs.
Oh, so I would just be sitting there with my beak open, panting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puffing out feathers, fluttering wings, or splashing in a puddle or bird bath. Thank you, Kate.
So yeah, essentially Bernard just looks a little bit bigger, but that's just because his feathers are kind of like raised up a little bit, trying to ventilate.
Yavanish is doing the same thing, just like.
But breaking a sweat there, Cap?
No. I mean, yeah, this is supposed to be some physically exerting stuff. So, but you look like you're struggling there yourself. Yeah.
Obstacle courses aren't my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that, considering you were wearing a full set of armor when I met you.
And I just kind of sit down waiting for everyone else to finish.
Yeah. Eventually, everyone does, and once everyone gets settled, let's see. Another 3 are just like still back on the course, and Captain Honnelly just walks up. All right, that's it. Time's up. You 3, you're out. All right, Stoutclaw, run the game. And Yavin just kind of stands up, and he's actually doing this whole thing shirtless, like completely topless. So he's got his wings exposed. So he does the fluttering the wings and just puffs up a little. It's like, all right, everyone on your feet, let's go. I want everyone to stand in line. Me and my co-captain here, and there's just some like half elf who's standing, who comes up and is like, we're gonna start picking out teams, and we'll just run you guys on a. I'll give you a basic rundown of the rules. I'm assuming that you guys signing up already know the rules, or at least looked over the pamphlet that was in your. Never mind. Anyway,
we don't need smart people. We need fast and strong people. Here we go.
The human kind of pipes up. What I do would like another rundown of it. Never mind. So they kind of split you into 2 teams, and they start with a game of silk ball, which I'm assuming is like you got the ball in the middle, you got 2 people, they just toss it up, and you just kind of grab it, throw to your teammates, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but basically, do you know what European handball is?
I'm assuming it is throwing, but it's like
it's basically soccer, but you're throwing instead. A couple of basic rules is you can't go inside the goalie box. When you get the ball, I think it's like you have 3 steps. But yeah, it's basically just soccer, but it's soccer but with extra steps.
Yeah. Okay.
So would I have to make a roll for this as well?
Yes, this is going to be a combined athletics and intimidation check. They were going to put both skills for the extracurricular here on the tip.
So is that 2 separate rolls, or whatever I roll plus both of these skills together?
Let's do 2 separate rolls to see how they kind of go. Because one might be better to, like, you might roll better on one and whatnot. So let's do 2 rolls.
That honestly, that might not even determine what position I'm in.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want athletics or intimidation first?
Let's do athletics.
Oh, God, that's a 7.
That's a 7 total?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're getting a little winded. There's a couple kids that are getting ahead of you.
I'm small.
You are small. Most people you're about half the size of most of the people out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then do an intimidation check.
All right. That's a nat 20.
You manage. It is tied up. You have a moment where you are like your team is about to kind of oh my gosh. You have the ball, but you've already taken your 3 steps, and all your fellow players are blocked except for one, which is standing right next to you. But they have no other good shots either because the same people would be blocked. So you have this thought, and it is the dryad that is standing right there, and you have this thought, you know what? I'm small enough. And you look up at him, and you just look at him and say, throw me.
Boldness.
And you have such a determined look between the exhaustion, the physical exertion you've put on today, and you're people are kind of underestimating you, because of how little you've been doing in the game. You are not the star player at this point. But you look at this dryad and you tell him to throw you, he just looks at you like, oh shit, that's a great idea.
Might I take the stage?
Yes, go ahead.
Cool. So at this point, somehow the ball, like, I get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I tell this dryad to throw me. He looks at me, as you said, so that's a great idea. He picks me up. As he leans down to do so, I quickly rip off my shirt, throw it to the ground. I have the ball. He picks me up. He launches me towards the goal. As I'm flying with the ball in hand, I spread out my wings, completely break myself, stop in midair, and then do like a curveball into the top right corner, throwing with my left hand, and just like scoring that last goal.
And as soon as the goal is scored, Hanali kind of is looking at a timepiece and just says, "And time. That's game."
I also let out a huge screech as I do so, a huge owl screech.
He's trying to yell this over your screech, but like Yavanish is also like was watching this whole thing and it like got so excited. He's also letting out a huge owl screech. And your friend, like everyone that was on your team, is just like, "Oh, that was awesome! That was so cool!" And yeah, the dryad comes up, doesn't say anything, and just like picks you up, puts you on top of his shoulder, and just like, yeah.
I am soaking it all in. I'm very proud of myself. He's like, yeah, shirt off, wings spread out.
And yeah, so now you're kind of the ringer at this point. You are the one that you have the ability to call shots on the like audibles, like the type of player that can go out there and be like, you know what, I may have been told to do this, but what I see, but you don't have the assholeness of like a quarterback being like, oh, I just want. It is you did see the better play. And so you were able to tell people how to do it.
Got that outside the box thinking.
Yep. And so now your teammates trust you more. If you suggest something a little crazier, they're gonna trust you with it.
I'll take it. This is good. I'm happy. I'm satisfied now.
There you go. So yeah.
Someone else can go. Thank you for humoring me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That was your first day's softball. All right, folks. It is 11 o'clock. Is there any other scenes anyone would like to run tonight? Something quick or anything?
No.
The only thing I have left is to talk to Alexi about his imprisonment. I don't know how long that will go, but that's the only thing I got left.
But that might be for another time.
Yeah, there are still a couple conversations that I'm aware of that will have to wait. So, yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and wrap this session up. Gio, you can go ahead and stop the recording.
You got it.